talk about keeping your mindset right while you're winning and losing. Because I had a conversation with one of our teammates who's really, really good. And she has just been really grumpy.
Grumpy?
Yeah, grumpy. Like I know she's going to watch this podcast. All the grumpy ones now are thinking if I'm talking about them. She had been grumpy. She was in a bad mental place. She was always negative. She was always, wow, what could possibly go worse type of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I talked to her about it, and I said, part of the reason you're not getting the results you want is everything that comes out of you is negative, and you're expecting to get positive growth. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And she turned that around, and the craziest part is that the second she turned that around, she started getting results. And so there's this magic in operating in the right place mentally. So let's talk about that, because I think when you're trying to win, you're trying to grow, and you're not winning and you're not growing, it's very easy to fall into a hole.
Mm-hmm. So obviously when you're in when you're winning, right? It's so, at least I think it's a lot easier, even though there's some people who will still find a way to be negative during the good times. But I think obviously it's a lot easier to be in the right mindset when you're winning, because things are going well. You're making money, you're making progress. So there's not much effort needed to stay in the right mindset. But let's say for someone who just feels like they can't get their footing, they try and it just keeps feeling like the door gets slammed in their face. How do you stay positive if you feel like what you're doing isn't working?
It's interesting, because when you were just talking about that, a question popped in my head, because you said it's easy to win when you're winning. It's easy to be positive when you're winning. But when you're losing, now what happens to your mentality? The question that popped in my head when you said that is my mentality a result of my current circumstances, or is my mentality the driving, programming force of how I live my life? That's the difference, right? So for me, I think about it, I go, okay, even when I'm losing, I'm still fired up about life. Because my winning mentality, my I'm going to get there anyways mentality, my mental toughness, the way I think about things, that's just my program that runs the way I operate.
That's deep.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
See? Sometimes I surprise myself.
I'm surprised.
And other people. But it's unwavering for me, because through the years, the amount of time that we've spent working on ourselves, which is a lot, I could say for you and for myself, it's just how I operate. It's just who I am at this point. But I think in the conversations we're having with teammates that are maybe new to entrepreneurship, or maybe new to self-development, period, like some adults in their 50s or 60s, they've never spent time in self-development. They think it's cheesy. It's this hippie thing. It's this ritual or whatever. When the reality is it's just like, man, if I got to live my life with myself, then I need to learn to enjoy myself. Otherwise, I'm going to be miserable. I think those people sometimes, in fact, probably 99 times out of 100, their mentality is a result of their current life circumstances.
Okay, so let's say then that you have not really spent very much time working on yourself. Let's say, your family isn't very, it wasn't a positive upbringing.
Right.
No one had a positive mindset. Maybe you grew up in a skeptical family, where things weren't always going their way. So a lot of it was negative, like things are good now, but wait till the other shoe drops, kind of a mentality, energy. So how would you start flipping that around in your head? Because I think what you're talking about is your baseline is that winning mentality. So even when things are bad, you're like, I know what I'm supposed to do, and I know that the results are coming.
Yeah. I think the most important thing, if we're talking business specifically, is it's easier to look backwards and everything makes sense, right? You can look back and go, yeah, I could see all the things I did wrong, where I did them. I don't know what I was thinking. But we learn a lot from those. Like, the one thing we don't necessarily do is look back at all the things we did right and go, wow, look at all the things I did right. That's why I'm here. Like, it's usually the areas that we could have done things better. And looking backwards, everything makes sense and everything's crystal clear. So for us, having gone through that journey, I think the first thing would be to, if I could give advice to my younger, makes me sound old, but my young entrepreneur self who was 21, fired up, hungry, and broke as shit, right? If I could give advice to that guy, I would say to, firstly, which would help in the mentality, is to enjoy the times even when you're losing. Because those are the times that I look back on now and I tell the stories about. You know, the nostalgia, if you would say, of having built something, that comes from the losing times, not the winning times.
Okay, so just break it down completely because saying enjoy the hard times, it sounds, for some people it's going to sound crazy. Like you're delusional. Right. You've obviously never had to go through anything hard.
Yeah, I'm 3 months behind on my rent. I'm about to get evicted.
Like how do I enjoy that? Yeah, right. What does that exactly mean?
Well, I mean, first of all, if you're trying to make it in business, the number one rule is to stay in business. So if you're 3 months behind, yeah, you're right. There's nothing enjoyable about that. Mm-hmm. So get a freaking job, you know, or do something that's going to guarantee that you don't have to close shop. Because if you can't stay in business, then this doesn't even matter. Like, why are you putting yourself through this torture if you're just going to go out of business anyway? Mm-hmm. So the rule of business is I got to stay in business, whether it's part-time or full-time, I need to stay operating at some capacity. Enjoy means like in the moment when everything sucks, I go, you know what? This is a temporary thing. This is not the end all be all. This is not going to stay this way forever. And especially if I've been in business for a while, there's times I wake up and my calendar's empty. And I remind myself, you know what? I've been doing this 13 years. This is not the first time the calendar's been empty. I know what to do. All I need to do is go do it. You know, these are the moments when like I learn from these moments. So enjoy it doesn't mean it's like, hey, let's celebrate everyone. We're broke. Like that's not necessarily what I mean. What I mean is that being able to pause for a second and go, you know what? This is part of the process. It's not going to be like this forever. And when I get this thing up and moving, I'm going to be really appreciative of myself for pushing through like times like this. You know, that's what I mean by enjoy.
So it's all self-talk.
It has to be because if not, you're talking to yourself one way or another, no matter what. Mm-hmm. So if it ain't that, then what is it? Oh my God, this is so hard. This is way harder than my coach said it was. This just isn't for me. And then you start to buy into that. And what do? When you're starting to buy into that, you look for someone to co-sign on your bullshit. So then you call your cousin who's been unsupportive since the beginning and you're like, hey man, I'm really struggling. I think you might have been right. And your cousin's like, yeah, I told you so. And now you're getting more crap to go into your mindset. And the whole point of this topic is how to maintain good mental clarity and good mental mindset while you're losing or while you're winning. You know, either way on both ends. And that's the complete opposite direction of good mental mindset.
You know, a memory just popped into my head. And I don't know if you remember this. But this is when we were trying to get the office going, right? We were paying the whole entire rent for the office.
Right.
Because we thought people were going to contribute and they didn't. And we're trying to get our business going, trying to pay for our personal bills, office bills. And I remember there was times where I would go to you, and I don't know if you remember this, but I would say, hey, like, I know everything's going to work out. Like, I know we're going to figure it out. I know we're going to, you know, make it past this and to the next level. But just tell me. Just say it for me. Like, just tell me what I know, but I just need to hear it.
Yeah. No, for sure. I do remember that. And the problem is a lot of people don't have that. But they do. Like if you're in our industry, that's what your coach is for, right?
Yeah.
That's what whoever's training you is for. But seeking counsel from the right places is so important, because otherwise I go to my uncle and my uncle's like, I told you, bro. Told you I tried that shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, uncle, you've done nothing successful. But like I'm seeking my mind. When I was killing it, I would have never called my uncle for advice. But now, because I'm losing and I'm frustrated and I'm doubting myself, I don't even want to call my trainer, because all he's going to do is pump me up, and I don't want to be pumped up. I want to be upset.
Right.
You know? So number one, I'd say is you got to figure out how to enjoy. You got to figure out how to enjoy it. And when I say figure out how to enjoy it, is a lot of times you have to find a reason to go, you know what? It may be in pure delusion.
Yeah.
But you're like, you know what? I'm freaking killing it. You know? And then you're not killing anything. You know, all you're doing is, burying yourself in debt. Mm-hmm. But even in pure delusion, you're like, someday, that's where the dreamers got to come out of you. Otherwise, you're going to get stuck.
Dreamers.
Yep.
Everyone has that in
And then
them.
you're going to try to slink away out of the business.
I taught you a new word. Okay, what else? So trying to get that winning mentality when you're not winning. What else can you do?
I would say to do more of whatever it is makes you feel good, assuming that it's moral and ethical and healthy.
Like the gym.
Yeah, the gym is a big one. Okay. I think the gym is so good for your mental health, so good for your creative mind. Your body is meant to move. The body is meant to, that's why we have endorphins. It's so, health is everything. Mind and body are connected. When you work out, you feel better. It's hard to be sad, crying, and depressed while you're running on the treadmill. Try it. Yeah, try it. You may be sad, crying, and depressed after. But in the moment on the treadmill, I dare you, go run 10 miles and try to cry the whole time. It's not possible.
Yeah.
Because that's just not how we were created. And so the gym could be one.
Eating healthy.
Eating healthy. So today there was conversation at the gym was happening about chips.
Healthy or not healthy.
Yeah, because I'm working out with my buddy Alex, and Alex likes to eat chips. And he doesn't look like he eats chips, but he likes to eat chips, right? Mm-hmm. So we were talking about, he's like, well, if you like the chips, eat the chips. But I'm like, so I was telling him, I'm like, I just can't, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I eat half of one chip, and then at the end of the day, 12 hours later, I'm still I fucked up the whole day. Because of that one half of one chip. Bleep. I messed up the day, right? And so, but I'm like, I just can't do it. And so I would rather be disciplined and proud of myself than live with regret. As crazy as it sounds, it's just an example.
Champagne problems.
Yeah. I was like, man, I just want to I hate that feeling of dang, man, I did everything right except for I didn't, So what else makes you feel good?
Talking to a coach or a mentor.
Coach.
Tell me what I already know.
Right? Just having conversations like that.
Yeah.
Getting a massage. Mm-hmm. Getting a manicure, pedicure.
Praying.
Getting a haircut. Praying.
Meditating.
Doing your gratitudes. That conversation that I referenced earlier with the girl on the team. She got a journal. She's like, hey, coach, I got a journal. It's my daily gratitudes and affirmations journal. I do it every morning, every night. I didn't tell her because I didn't want to tell her and her be like, yeah, whatever. But instantly I noticed a difference. Mm-hmm. She's all positive. She's back to her old self. She's excited, blah, 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 blah. And then she got some results in an area of business that she was struggling in. Mm-hmm. So finally I was like, you see, I said, you're operating in a completely different space. It's not, so you're more positive, so you got a result. That's not it. It's that I'm living life in a different frequency now than I was before. Mm-hmm. Before, stress, anger, resentment, negativity, all these feelings are low vibrations, right? Now she's doing her gratitude, writing what she's thankful for every day, setting a goal for the day, all this stuff that is higher energy now. She just feels better. And when she feels better, what happens? I can't explain it.
She does better.
But you just do better.
Yeah.
You know, I can't explain it. So I've tried to make it a point to be aware of the things that make me feel good, that make me feel my best. Right? Same with you. And we try to do those things every day.
Yes.
What are some of those things for you?
For me, I've always said that you can control the start of your day and you can control the end of the day. There's a lot of variable factors in between. So getting up in the morning, getting ready, getting dressed, and going to the gym. That's me. And then I go get coffee with Sherry. And so that's a great start to my day every day. And at night, you know, reading a book, doing something to just relax my mind, and going to sleep, and then doing it all over again.
Yeah. It's whatever it is for you. Sitting in the bath,
Reset.
taking a nice bubble bath, you know, whatever. I mean, it's different for everyone, right? But I do think fitness should be a part of it because it's just how we are designed as human beings, that we operate more confidently, more enthusiastically when we are taking care of our health. Another one would be gratitudes and affirmations, right? We kind of touched on that.
Yes.
But like consciously doing it. Like someone told me like, oh, I've been reading my affirmations because their energy was low. I was like, why is your energy so low? Mm-hmm. Like, wake up. It's not 5 a.m. Wake up. Mm-hmm. Oh, no. I said, you haven't been doing your affirmations and your gratitudes. No, I have. I've been doing them every day. I said, have you been doing them or have you been reading them? Like, have you been doing them? Like, when you say it, you freaking mean it. Like, I'm a freaking badass. I'm the best at business. I'm the best recruiter. I'm the best with clients. Like, or you just like, I am a freaking badass. I am the best at. Like, that's not doing your affirmations.
Right. You don't mean it.
You don't mean it. Like, you're supposed to affirm it into your body. Every cell in your body should go, oh, okay. Now I know. Now I'm aware. You know what I mean? Like, you got to put your body on notice that these are the things that describe you. And gratitudes could be simple. Just, I fall asleep doing my gratitudes every night.
But that's
what puts me to bed. That's the only thing that shuts my brain off.
Yeah, it puts you at peace. That's the goal.
I can't remember how deep I get it. I think it's like, dear God, I'm thankful for it, and I'm gone.
Well, at least,
I'm out.
At least you got the thankful part in there.
If I'm like, here's the 11th thing I'm thankful for, in my other side of my head is like, I'm screwed. I'm never going to sleep tonight. So good, doing gratitudes, doing that stuff. Let's talk about one that I think a lot of people struggle with. Okay. Celebrating their wins.
That was our struggle.
Yep. We struggled with that for a long time.
Yeah. I think sometimes still.
Probably.
Yeah. Because we just had, our goals set so high, and every time, we always make progress, but we were just like, oh, we should be further ahead. We should be faster. We should be working harder. And I think it was Charlier who said, if you can't learn how to celebrate the small wins, you're never going to be able to enjoy the big wins. Mm-hmm. And I think that hit really deep, where it's like, oh, okay, we need to give ourselves a little more credit than we're giving ourselves.
Yeah, we didn't want to do anything.
No. I mean, we didn't want to have fun at all. We just wanted to work.
Now, that's also why we did well.
Yeah.
But I don't think that works for everyone. See, for us, building an empire was fun, even on the months when it wasn't fun. Mm-hmm. It was still more fun to us than fun was fun. Like my idea of fun is, let's go to the mall and we spend $30,000. Like, no. But I mean, no, but seriously,
it's hard.
That's fun. Who the hell wouldn't have fun doing that?
It's so stressful.
It's still fun. Still fun. We'll have to schedule one of those days. Okay. But why do I say that? Like, but in the beginning it was like other people's version of fun. Like, let's go on vacation. I'm like, you're $7,500 if you're lucky. You're $20,000 in debt. What the hell are you going on vacation for? Like, that was always my mentality. I'm like, let me get rich and debt free, and then the rest of my life will be fun. But you could still celebrate your wins along the way, right? That's the whole point. Is is I talk to people sometimes, and I get it, because like you said, it's that's how we were. They hit a promotion or they have a record month, and they're like, yeah, but I'm still nowhere near my goal. I'm like, I get it, but you're also nowhere near where you started. You know, and so how can you celebrate? First of all, can you celebrate progress without spending money? 100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. How?
There's so many things that you can do, and it depends. Obviously, depends.
She's
on,
like, never mind, I can't think of any.
No. You can though, if like personal time, right? Because a lot of times, like we were at the office 24/7. At least it felt like we were there 24/7.
It was. We were there 19 hours a day.
So would have been a treat for me. Would have been like, hey, like for the next 2 hours, I'm just going to do nothing, or depending on what the goal I accomplished was, right?
Right.
Like I'm going to read, or I'm going to take off a whole day, and I'm going to do whatever I want. You know, all that stuff doesn't cost anything. It's just you being able to recharge and spend time with your family.
Yeah.
Watch a movie, have a movie night at home.
There's a ton.
There's so many things. Some people like to hike. I'm not one of them, but hiking's free.
Yeah. It's you. It's really you, as I'm thinking and listening to you, it's you taking away time that you're usually working, and you're just not working. That's what it is. Which is why building a business is so beautiful, because you could be self-employed and be in Mexico on a trip and you're still working the whole time. We went to Mexico, and I spent the entire trip reading a book.
Yeah.
People are like, well, that doesn't sound fun. Well, whatever. Like, that's because you don't like being with yourself. But I enjoyed sitting there reading a book. To me, going in the pool and getting sunburned is not fun.
You don't have to get sunburned.
Well, going in the pool, period, is not fun. Then I have to shower and change and all this crap. It's just not fun for me. For me, fun, I sat in the coffee shop. I listened to some old Italian dude play the piano the whole time. And I just read a book. And no one bugged me. And I turned my phone off and told everyone to leave me the hell alone. And, like, that was a blast.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm happy.
But you know what I mean? Like, you find what's fun for you, and you celebrate the wins. By the way, you celebrate the little wins for a little while, not for a month.
Yeah.
It's a holiday, not a hollow week, right? It's like I loved Thanksgiving. My first 10 year in the business, I was like, holy crap, it's a day where I don't have to run appointments. Yeah. And it's not that someone's making me run appointments. Listen to the second part of the thought. It's a day where I don't have to run appointments, and I don't have to feel guilty for not running appointments. It was self-accountability. I was like, I could give myself a break today. And I think that was a way of celebrating for me. All right, last one. You already touched on this. If I want to keep my mindset right while we're losing, I want to keep my mindset right while we're winning. One of the most important things that you can do is make time for you.
Yes.
Make time for you. That time can be 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That time could be like the next level of life for me. I'll tell you what it is. It's going one day of the week where I don't look at my phone once. I literally stick it in the drawer, and I don't look at my phone once for the entire 24 hours. Oh, my God. That's the next level for me.
Yeah.
I already got it mapped out in my head. I'm already starting. I've been meditating on what day is it going to be, you know? Like,
what did you decide on?
I haven't decided yet. I'm still thinking about it. But, like, a day when, like, I just go the whole day, and I don't even take my phone with me anymore. I just don't, period. I just, like, do it back like they did in the 50s. No cell phone.
Yeah. That sounds like fun.
Right? No cell phone.
Until I get lost.
Yeah, I was just going to say no GPS, but never mind.
Does MapQuest, does that still exist? I probably might need to.
You have to get one of them Tom things, you know. The first ones that they ever had.
I never had one.
No?
No.
That makes sense. Well, I do remember my parents had one. I did not. You're not going to do well with MapQuest. No.
I had to use MapQuest.
Imagine you trying to read a map while you drive and you can't even see because you're blind.
I know. And then I would miss a turn somewhere, and then I'd have to try to find my way back to the last point. Yeah. And that was really hard to do.
Maps upside down. It would be comedy.
It wasn't funny at the time, but it's funny now.
But you know what I mean? Like, that's the next level for me. That's the next level for me is that making time for myself. But I do that now already. I enjoy just, like, sitting on the couch, reading a book. I just enjoy watching a TV show. I'm still not good at it. I'm still not good at going to the movies.
Nope.
It gives me, like, PTSD because I think I'm going broke every time I go.
I think that's...
You know, like a business version of PTSD, not like if you actually have it, okay? Like, I'm just, like, terrified the whole time. Entrepreneurs PTSD, where I'm just like, I'm going broke. It still hits me sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, we go play volleyball. I get out of volleyball. My hand hurts from spanking everyone's butt all night. And then when I walk into the car, I'm like, I think I'm going broke. I should have done something more in business. I should have been more productive. I should have worked harder. Like, I still have it to this day where it's a struggle, and it probably never goes away 100%. But even when you are broke, you still make time to recharge.
Yeah.
And it's not, by the way, the best time to do that's not in the middle of the day.
No.
Like, I was on the phone today with someone. I had got out of the gym, had my breakfast, had my after gym workout meal, did an hour of cardio, got in the car, was driving to my home to change to go to my next appointment, and I was on the phone with one of my teammates, and they told me they were getting ready to go to the gym. And it was like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, wow. In my head, I was like, girl, this is grind time. This is not, now you're going to the gym? Like, people are getting off work. This is when you're supposed to be in front of your computer. You know what I mean? This is where you make all the money. You got to start your day earlier.
I would say in the morning or before bed is usually the best time to kind of do that.
It could be more than once.
Yeah.
Even if it's just, I just sit there for 10 minutes and I just go, man, reading my dream board, looking at my future. That's you making time for you. Mm-hmm. Having a nice coffee. Going to a coffee shop, enjoying a lemon loaf by yourself.
Yeah.
Solid. All right. Well, thank you guys, as always. I don't know what episode this is. 7. Episode 7. Mm-hmm. And we appreciate
you guys. And, you know, we appreciate all the love and you guys sharing it on your Instagram and everything. So thank you guys.
You know that so many people don't know that we restarted our podcast since season 1? I still get to this day. You guys did your podcast again? I thought it was shut down. Like, to this day, I still get it. I'm like, yeah, man, we're like, 2 seasons back in. You're a little behind.
That's
so
good.
If you are, welcome back.
Catch up.
And feel free to catch up. All right. Thank you, guys. We are out.
Bye.